In our 30s, we both made a decision that completely changed our life. We left our careers behind and start over from scratch to chase a dream we called Colour Analyst Studio.
And today we're gonna tell you what it took to open this business, including the uncertainty, the challenges, and also what it takes to become a professional color analyst.
Hi everyone and welcome back to our Colour Analysis channel. My name is Alessandra
And I'm Giulia.
and we are both color analysts. Today we're here to talk about how we start Colour Analysis Studio.
So first of all, we come from completely different backgrounds. None of us studied fashion or beauty, makeup. Alessandra, for example, has a PhD in chemistry and she was working at university teaching and researching, right?
So teaching has always been my greatest passion. My mother was a teacher and I was always surrounded by very passionate teachers, professors that really inspire me to follow the same path. Actually, when we launched our color analysis course, I felt like going back to the origin.
Nice.
Because teaching really is the most rewarding part of my job.
Back then, though, the academia wasn't really what you were expecting, no?
Not really. University environment, it is very stressful, very competitive. I wasn't really happy about that life because I was going back home feeling drained professionally but also financially.
Also
Financially because it's really unstable career.
Yeah, and same for me. I come from a different background. I studied design and I used to work for a major broadcasting company in Italy producing reality TV shows. Beautiful job, I really loved it, but also very draining and demanding. You have to be on call, you have to be available to be on set, sometimes at night, sometimes during weekends. So we were both building, let's say, good, stable careers, but there was something missing. No?
We were both building those stable, good career that follow that path, but we were both wondering what about the future that we want to build? What about the life that we want to have in the future? So we start to talk about color analysis.
Exactly. This is when color analysis came into the picture. Of course, our interest in color analysis didn't start when we started the business. It started way back. And then at a certain point, we said, maybe we should explore this area a little bit more. Of course, color analysis was huge in Italy, so we were very fascinated by the topic. And we decided at a certain point to get our colors analyzed in a group session. Remember? That was fun.
I remember it was a lot of fun. What really drew us in was the method, the process and the approach to people and color analysis in general. Of course, it was getting popular in Italy. And what really caught my attention was that it was not just about fashion, but was about finding the uniqueness of each individual. In a society that is very strict on beauty standard, color analysis was is like the in of natural beauty, and I really love that.
Yes, it's a bit of fresh air, no? Against the beauty standards that are so strict in our society, and also the scientific part for you.
Absolutely. The scientific background helps also to fall in love with the process, with the methodical process of finding the right palette. So everything makes sense for me.
Definitely. And for me too, as a designer myself, I already knew that colors can be very impactful working on brands and TV shows, but I've never thought about applying the same theory on people, and that was absolutely mind-opening.
And at the time, we were already friends, Giulia, so we didn't meet each other with color analysis, but we were friends long before that.
And I remember spending so many hours just talking and chatting about our dreams, our futures, how it would be lovely to do this, to do that. And eventually we, at a certain point, realized the same thing, that we had this passion in common and that if we wanted color analysis to become a career, to really be a chance for us, we had to do something, and we had to do it in that very moment, because sometimes you're like, maybe I need to wait for this to happen, or maybe I'm not ready quite yet, maybe I should, wait for... No. If you want something, you have to do it in that very, very moment. And I think that's what we did.
Was not always that, straightforward, but we always, talk about, support each other, try to convince the other that, was the right time. And maybe one day I was feeling a little bit down and Julia was feeling, powerful, and vice versa.
Yes.
But we were always supporting each other. At the end,
definitely.
we both realized that we had to do it now, in that moment. So we committed fully. We started training and become a professional color analyst. We invest in laying the foundation of what eventually would become Colour Analysis Studio. Exactly. And over the year, let's say that even our friendship evolved somehow.
Yes.
We become like a family, and it's very fun that a lot of clients ask us if we are sisters. It's very funny for me receiving that type of question, because we are very different. We are very opposite in many aspects of our life, of our job as well.
True.
And we both have different color palette too.
Exactly.
Opposite in everything.
Even in that regard, exactly. But it's obvious that people see something that we share, right? Maybe it's because we're both Italians.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because we spend so much time working together, but also probably it's because we're both two women who moved from Italy to Australia, to the other side of the world, and we're both trying to build a dream together, right? And I think we're on the right path at the moment.
And I think people perceive that sisterhood,
Yes.
a relationship, and that really worked.
Yes, absolutely.
For our business, it worked. So let's start talking about the first year, something that people usually don't talk about because the Instagram story is very, very easy. People quit their job, start this amazing career, done, finish, that's it, all good. Was not like that. Color Analysis Studio actually started as a side project, and of course it started slowly, so it was not like that back then, right?
Absolutely, because of course at the start we were both still working our other full-time jobs, and we were finding these spare minutes to work on color analysis during nights, during weekends, every spare moment we would invest our time, our energy, our resources in building this dream. Of course, we started studying, that's step number one, and then we practiced a lot on family, on friends, and I remember that I designed our version of the colorful frames, and we printed it on paper because we didn't have the chance to invest on proper tools yet. So do you remember the paper frame?
I remember clearly, and also remember practicing on friends and family with towels, clothes and things that we have in the house, because we didn't even have the set of drapes.
Yeah, we didn't have the drapes either, right? And also I remember that the website, we designed the website ourselves at the start, and it was very, very basic, but it worked. I mean, it was good enough to have a booking calendar, and we started communicating our services on Instagram and hoping that someone would book on the calendar, and slowly people started booking, right?
In the first few weeks, of course, we had just a few bookings, and then in a couple of months we were fully booked.
Yes,
so it was very, very rewarding to see people actually liking the business, the starting of the business. I remember when we launched our YouTube channel.
Definitely, the first comments and the first DMs on Instagram. So basically, the first people who trusted us and followed us, let's say. For this, we have always been, we are, and will always be forever grateful, guys. Thank you so much for your support in this sense. And I also remember the very first clients, and especially I remember that we started working during the summertime, and I remember checking the weather, because if it was too hot, we couldn't work because we didn't have air conditioning in the studio.
I remember clearly doing some appointment in Giulia's kitchen because it was downstairs in the fresh, cool environment, because in the studio it was not possible to work without aircon. Exactly. Eventually, a few years later, we got an aircon.
But also I remember, apart from the aircon, I remember at the very beginning, which mirror should I buy? Where do I put the mirror? The window is here and the light comes from northwest. How do I arrange the studio? Are the white walls wide enough? So I really wish I had a bit more guidance in that sense. It was a lot of trial and error, a lot of practice. We didn't know what we were doing at the very, very beginning when we were practicing.
I would really love to have Alessandra and Giulia from 2026, so from the future, to guide us and tell us what to do also in difficult situations, right? So was not easy building Colour Analysis Studio, and what we are now, who we are now, is just come from a lot of trial and error and a lot of experience in also making mistakes, right?
Definitely.
And correcting our mistake on our own, ourselves, alone. So I would have loved to have
a bit more guidance.
More guidance, yeah. At the beginning, our work was mostly in person, but then something changed completely when we start to develop our online system, online analysis. That one was a turning point for our business, because in that specific moment that we realized something, Giulia, right? We realized that probably we were building something big.
Yeah, like a real new career. Of course, it took a while to improve the method, to test if it was actually working. So it was a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of resources in this online analysis. But eventually we developed our online analysis method that changed everything, basically.
Suddenly we were not working anymore with Australian customers, but we were working with the people from all over the world. We start to have clients from Europe, from USA, from Canada, and I still remember getting excited to video call a lady from Hawaii, or do you remember our face when we saw the booking from Greenland?
Yeah.
Could even be possible? So
it's the complete other side of the world, no? Australia and Greenland, if you think about it. So that was crazy. I remember it too. This is when we understood that Colour Analysis was not a side project anymore. It was becoming a real thing, a real career. And well, of course, we quit our other jobs to work, both of us, full time on Colour Analysis Studio.
And it was not easy, because imagine quitting a stable job to jump in something that is uncertain. The feeling was definitely very adrenaline in that moment.
A bit scary,
Scary. But we did it together, and I'm very happy about that decision, Giulia, because now we are waking up every morning doing what we like doing, helping people to get more confidence, and helping students in really work with clients and become a color analyst. So I think that all these are very rewarding part of our job, because looking back, we did a lot, right?
Absolutely. And we're still developing the business. During the years, we invested in, for example, a new website with proper graphics, with a real web developer that helped us developing the website. And also we opened a new studio with the aircon on straight away. That really really helped. And then we launched our online shop. And now, of course, as Alessandra was mentioning, we have our color analysis course that we're really, really proud of.
And now we are ready for a very exciting step, launching a completely on-demand color analysis course where students can get access to it from all over the world and they can study at their own pace.
So Alessandra, what would you say to someone who's watching right now and is thinking, I wonder if color analysis can become more than just a passion, maybe a career? What would you recommend?
First of all, to not worry if they are not from that background, because I wasn't a stylist, makeup artist, art dresser, or anything related to the beauty industry. So we were not color analysts before becoming a color analyst. So it's never too late to start from scratch. So you just have to start, no matter which career or which let's say which background you have. You can do it if you study, right?
Exactly.
If you develop that curiosity and you have, of course, a good eye to observe colors, but also observe harmony around you. So
Definitely.
don't worry if you're not from the field, because with the proper training you can become a color analyst.
Exactly. And also don't feel the pressure about quitting your job and starting from scratch. At the start you can even work as a color analyst as a side job, and it can also stay a side job forever. There's no one right way to do this. But if you're wondering, like, is this a real thing? Like, can I really have a career in this field? The answer is yes. We did it, and you can do it too.
It looks like a slogan.
Now. Pretty much, right? It's true, it's true.
This one might be the most personal video we've made so far,
I think so. Yes,
Julia,
yes,
right?
Yes. It was a lot of fun to watch again everything that we've done from the very beginning with the paper frames, the towels, and no air conditioning, until now when we both work as color analysts as our job, our full-time job. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video until the end. We really hope this was useful and it gave you a little bit of encouragement, or also just a little bit of fun knowing how we started this business. And if you're interested in studying color analysis, or if you're interested in getting your colors analyzed, you can find a link in the description below.
We're gonna see you very soon on this channel with more videos.
Bye!